Are you disciplined for your destiny? Can you take constructive criticism? Can you accept feedback? Can you allow people to coach you? Can you be mentored? If not, then you're not going to get very far. Because a lot of times people are wondering why they're feeling stuck, why they're feeling like they can't move in life. It's because you don't want nobody to tell you nothing. And newsflash, I don't care how old you are definitely teachable. You don't know everything. You have to become teachable. You have to become coachable, because at the end of the day, you're trying to get to a destination that you've never been. And most times the people that's trying to mentor you and help you, they've already gotten there and they surpassed that. So you're going to have to be able to take some kind of constructive criticism, some kind of feedback. You have to be willing to, get uncomfortable, willing to just, you know, sit down, assess what you got going on, and say, okay, I've been doing it like this for so long and I haven't been seeing any results. So now I have to do what they call pivot. I have to pivot and allow someone to mentor me, allow someone to teach me, and I got to remain coachable, because otherwise you're going to stay stuck. Can you be disciplined enough for your destiny? If God dropped what you're asking for, what you're praying for, if he dropped that in your lap right now, can you sustain that? Because it's going to take a level of maturity for one. It's going to take a different mindset that you've had in the past. Whatever you adopted in the past and that got you so far to point A, you're going to need more to get you to point B. You're going to need more information. You're going to need higher level of coaching, and you may be willing to have to, sometimes pay for it. Or if someone nice enough to give you their time and help you without having to pay for it, you are blessed, and that's even better. So you should be like a sponge. We should be like a sponge, rather, soaking up all that information that someone is willing to take their time out to mentor you. You have to be teachable. You have to be coachable. We all have to, because otherwise you can't get very far. Like they say, if you want to go far, if you want to go, wait, I can't think of how I go. If you want to go far, go by yourself. But if you want to go further, if you want to, I can't think of it right now. But anyways, you're gonna definitely take two. You're gonna take two to get you, because God, the Bible said two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. And forgive me, I'm trying to think of it, but I can't. But that's okay. I come on here to let you know that you have to be teachable. You have to be coachable. You have to be disciplined enough. You have to be willing and obedient, the Bible said. And then you're going to eat the good of the land. Otherwise, you're just, running around in circles. You're running around in circles because you're not willing to have no one tell you nothing. Especially us as parents. A lot of times our children, they feel like we don't know anything. I don't know how, because we're older than them. But they figure that we've been here all this time and we can't tell them nothing, and they don't want to receive what we're trying to let them know, because they think they know it all. But then it take them hitting their head against a brick wall, running around in circles, for them to realize, oh, what my mom said, what my dad said was right. They wasn't just telling me that to just be hard on me. No, they're telling you that because they love you. They're telling you that because they could see around the corner. You only could see up the road, but they know what's coming around the corner because they've been around that block a few times. So young folks, I'm telling you, take heed. And then they have some stubborn older folks as well. They have some stubborn older folks who feel like, I'm grown. Okay, with your grown self, see how far have that gotten you, being so grown, where you can't take advice from someone who, especially someone that's already where you're trying to go. You have to be willing to take constructive criticism, willing to take feedback, willing to take advice, willing to take notes as well. Because a lot of times, rich, successful people, they don't have a lot of time to mentor you. So you need to have a notepad, sucking up everything that they're telling you, writing it down, because a sharp pen is better than a dull pen is better than a sharp brain. So you need to be really trying to soak up and absorb everything they're giving you, because you're not going to remember it all, and you're going to need that to help sustain you to get you to the next level. So it's very important that we remain coachable, remain teachable. We don't have that know-it-all attitude, because that's not a good mindset. That's not a healthy mindset. That's not a powerful mindset to get you to the next level. You have to be willing to be coachable. You have to be willing to be get out your comfort zone. I always say it all the time. You have to be willing to get out your comfort zone as well, because a lot of times they may be telling you to change up some things. You may have been doing things for 5 years, 10 years, and there's no results, no fruit on it, you know. So in order for you to see greater results, you have to do something different. Like they say, if you want something you never had, you got to do something that you never did. So we have to be willing and understand that when these people are telling you these things, they're not telling you that just to make you frustrated. They're not telling you that just to, you know, give you a hard time. They're telling you that because those instructions, they're reaping results. And even in the Bible, when God was telling Noah how to build the ark, the Lord said, get this certain kind of wood, you know, paint it this color, you have this many floors, have this many measurements. Like, God was very, very, very specific. And we have to understand that God is an orderly God. He said he do everything in decency and order. So you have to line up. We can't just come to God any kind of way. We better be lucky we're under grace, because God was killing people back in the days. He was allowing them to just drop dead. You couldn't go in the Holy of Holies raggedy. You had to come in there with the right garments on, the right underwear, the right attire. You had to have on your priestly garments. You can't go to God any kind of way, y'all. We have to understand that, because in this culture, this anything goes culture, that don't work with God. That don't fly with God. God said you got to come to me straight, come correct. Like we say, you know, people know that's been in the hood. You got to come correct when you come at certain people. You can't come at people no sideways, like they say. Coming at people any kind of way, you liable to get your head knocked off, you know. So that's how God was. You cannot come to God no any kind of way and expect him to receive you. You lucky to get killed. You liable to drop dead. So God don't play about that order. He said his word. He put his word above his name. He said, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word will not return unto me void. My word gonna stand. So that's what we have to understand. God don't play about his word. God is standing on big business. You hear me? Godly business, kingdom business when it come about his word. So we have to take instructions, because sometimes the Lord will use the most unlikely person. He could use someone that's younger than you too. Newsflash, you're older, you don't know everything. They have some young people that's out here, you know, making boss moves. I'm telling you, I be watching these kids, these content creators, them children are making boss moves. So what if someone like myself that aspire to be a content creator, that is a content creator, but haven't reached a level of success or haven't reached my plateau per se? What if I shut down the information of someone that's already doing what I want to do just because they're younger? That's not going to be very beneficial for me, because these kids happen to know what I need to know to get me where I want to be. So I have to be willing to be coachable as well. And that's all of us. We have to understand that, you know, we gotta buckle down, y'all, hunker down, whatever you want to call it, and allow people to teach you, allow people to speak into your life. Like they say, eat all the meat, throw away the bones. I'm not telling you to do everything exactly the way someone else did it, because all of us have our unique way of doing things. But I'm talking about at the core of what you're trying to do. If somebody's giving you the fundamentals, the tools that you need to get you in the next level, you need to take heed. Not saying you're going to do it exactly the way they're doing it, because you're not a copy. You're original. You're not going to duplicate their way, but you are going to take some pointers and some notes in order to get you to your destiny. So I'm going to ask you again, are you equipped? Are you disciplined for your destiny? And if you're not, please take my advice and learn how to receive from someone else. Even if it's someone else that you feel like who are they to tell me? Sometimes they made so many mistakes, y'all. They done made so many mistakes, and they could write a book on what not to do. And they might be your very present help. Because God said, I'm a very present help in a time of need. They might be your very present help that God is using to help you in a time of need, to allow you not to make the same mistakes that they made. You may look at them as a failure, but there's no failure. It's only learning. We either learning or we winning. So it's no failure. Everything that you've been through is a test, and it's actually getting you prepared for greater. So don't look at nobody who you might look down on and feel like, who are they to tell me? Sometimes they definitely can help you. They can help you, lead you to the right, in the right way, in the right direction, because they've been around that mountain. And don't look at them as a failure, because guess what? Sometimes they could bounce back higher than you ever expected. And then, the joke will be on you. So don't count nobody out, cause especially if they ride with God, because you count God's people out, you can't count. You can't count when you try to count God's people out, because God's people always win. God is always giving us prudence. He's always giving us the forefront. He's always putting us on game, per se. God ain't gonna let his children be foolish. I'm telling you, I done witnessed it. People might think they getting over on you, but God don't have no foolish children. I'm telling you now, God gonna give you that discernment. He gonna give you that unction. He gonna give you that drop in your spirit, and he gonna let you know this ain't that. God gonna let you know this ain't that. He gonna let you know who is for you and who is against you. And you gotta adjust your life accordingly, because that could be life or death. That could be deadly. A lot of people are in their grave right now because they didn't seek the warning. Their mama was telling them, the crowd you're keeping, that ain't it. Daddy was telling them, don't hang out with so-and-so. They don't mean you no good. But, they know everything. So a lot of people are paying the price, and they had to pay with their life when they didn't listen. So that is what I'm asking. Are you disciplined for your destiny? Because you're going to definitely need discipline. You're going to definitely need stick-to-itiveness. And you're going to need to have someone mentor you to get you to the next level, especially if you've been like just on a surface level. You haven't reached like the peaks. You've been like on level playing field for so long. You need somebody to help shoot you to the top and help shoot you higher, because they know more. The more you know, the more the more you grow. So, but yeah, if you want to go by yourself, if you want to go far, go by yourself. If you want to go fast, there you go. Thank you, Holy Spirit. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, take someone with you. That's it. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, take someone with you. And my advice is to take someone with you. Use your discernment. Take someone with you that's doing what you want to do, what you aspire to do. They got to have the proof now. They got to have the receipts. Like they say, you're going to know them by their fruit. I'm not saying just tag along, not a tag along. I'm talking about someone that's of value, someone that's already been proven, that's doing what you aspire to do. That's who you need to take along, not a tag along, not a spectator, not a freeloader. No, I'm talking about someone that's been proven, someone that's where you're aspiring to be. So that's my advice today. And until next time, you guys be blessed and have a fantastic weekend.